In this lecture, we're going to take a different way for using Armitage. Let me give you a small scenario. Assume that we have a victim machine. This is a Windows server. Could be a Windows server, an Android device, as I keep saying, the concept apply on anything. But assume that I have here a server and I did some research, but I was not able to figure out which exploit I can use. I mean, it's different than the previous case where I knew that there is one vulnerability or one exploit that can be used, which was the RPC decom. But in my case right now, I have a victim. I know that he got Windows Server 2003, except I don't know exactly which exploit I can use to exploit any vulnerability here and get access. Can I automate that? Can I make Armitage search for the vulnerability and the right exploit on the victim instead of doing that myself? So I don't have to go exploit DB and search, and I don't have to go to security focus and search. Actually, we can. Let's see how we can do that. So we have our victim machine here. And the victim machine, I only know the IP, which is 192.168.1.113. I'm going to assume that I even don't know the operating system. Excellent. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go here, to Armitage, and we're going to go to host, and I'm going to click on add host. And I can add one machine or more. I can even add a full network, and he will scan all of them and try to compromise them. So I'm going to add one machine, which is my victim machine. One more time, I'm going to assume that I don't know even the operating system. I only know the IP, 113. And you can add more IP if you want, or a full network, but in my case, I'm only going to add one IP. And he's going to add the machine here. And as you can see, it has a black screen. That means he don't have any information about the computer, only the IP. And Armitage cannot discover anything right now. Then you can go to host one more time and do nmap scan. So instead of scanning yourself, you can do an nmap scan and type intensive scan and click on enter. And he's going to verify the IP. Yes, is the same IP, and click on OK. Now this may take time, not too long, but as you can see down, he's scanning the victim, trying to discover what operating system, what port, what services, and so on. While I'm doing that, please check on the right. When you right click on the computer, you only find two options: services and scan, and host, where you can remove the host. So you only have three options here, because this will change within few minutes. And I'm going to wait until he finishes scan. How I'll be knowing that he finished scan? Besides following up down here. Once the scan is finished, you will see that there will be a logo on the screen. Instead of having a black screen, it will be maybe a Windows, maybe a Linux. So you will find the logo change here, indicating what operating system the machine have. So while he's doing scan, he will discover the operating system, and he will give you a logo on the machine here. So let's give him few seconds or maybe minutes. I don't know if I should pause because this may take time, or let me wait for like 30 seconds more. If he's taking longer time, I'm going to pause until he finishes. But how I'll be knowing that he finished? Once the logo of the operating system will show on the screen. Actually, it seems that he finished. But why is taking? Okay, let's go to host one more time, and let's see if we need to do any other scanning, because the regular scan should get the operating system. Let me do the quick scan as well. Yeah, quick scan with operating system detection. You don't have to, and let me write the IP 192.168.1.113. Now, you don't have to rush the process. be patient, because as much information as you can get about the victim, and actually you are not the one who's getting the information, you are letting Armitage getting the information for you, but spending some good amount of time doing that, this will help the Armitage to find the right vulnerability and the right exploit. As you can see, he finished, and the operating system has been showing on the computer. It's Windows XP. Sometimes, you know, he will give you the category. It could be XP or 2003 or 7 and 2008. So it doesn't matter. But since he was able to discover roughly what is the operating system, excellent. Second part, after discovering getting the port and the operating system, I will go to attack. And I'm going to click find attack. And he will start searching the machines that we added, or the hosts that we added, what attack can be implemented. So he's checking in his library, according to his to the information that he gathered, what attack can be implemented. Can we do this attack? Can we do that attack? So he already have information and he's searching according to that. If you didn't do the scan the first time, he will not be able to search because he has a big library to search from. So he said, okay, I find some vulnerability and I selected for you some exploit to be used to hack those vulnerability. If you right click right now on the computer, you will find a new menu called attack. Those are the exploits that he found. And you can try. Not all of them will be working, but you can try. So let's take the first one. Let me try this one, which is still the RPC one more time. Let's see if it's going to work or not, because he didn't add those vulnerability randomly. He adds them according to the scans that he did. And he said, most probably this may work, those vulnerability and exploit. Let me try this one. So you click on it. Now you don't need to change anything because all the information are there. And you click on launch. If you get this red frame, that means it has been compromised. Excellent. If not, you try another one. If not, you try a third one, and so on. So as you can see, the first one was successful. Now I have a Meterpreter session to this machine where I have a full access and I can, browse, get the desktop, do whatever I want on this machine. Let me try to do something. Desktop VNC, if I need to get a desktop access on the server. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. I don't know why. Yeah, here you go. It's not working. Let me try another one. Meterpreter. Interact. Let me see. Or let me get a shell where I can type the command myself. So it should show down. But the point, here you go. So you have a shell on the machine. The point is, this is a different way for using Armitage. It's a more smarter way, in a sense of, I don't have to spend time searching for scanning first and then searching for vulnerability and searching for exploit. No. You can let this application, Armitage, to gather this kind of information, to look for the weakness and vulnerability, to suggest what exploit can be used from his library, and then you just right click on it and click. My advice to you, it's to not count on only one method. I explained 3 different methods in this section: Metasploit, Armitage, and using Armitage in a different way. I suggest that you should be familiar with all the methods, because sometimes this one will not work. You should try another way. But if you limit yourself to only one way, I don't think this will be that effective. But after all, the objective of this scope is to show you the exploitation framework and how it can be used. Next sections will be more into the attacks itself, and mainly Android attacks. So you're going to see how to hack Android devices, smartphone or tablet, using different attack. But the attacks that we're going to implement will be based on this section and previous section. So the objective was to learn the tools first and then go through the attack. So we're going to have a section related to hacking Android device, and then another section which is hacking with Android device.